Hello, everyone. Here I am today to talk to you about Zoom passcodes and the new passcode requirements that go into the effect on the 27th of this month. So I'm going to share my Zoom screen at this time. This is my regular sign-in screen that you're used to. If you go here to my account, and you go to the left sidebar where it says you have something that's management, account management, all of that. You also have your settings, okay? If you go into the settings menu here, go into settings on the right-hand sidebar, you'll see the options. These are meeting options, that's why this is highlighted, or underlined, I should say. Under waiting room, you have this this option here. It says require a passcode when scheduling a new meeting. This is toggled to the right. That means it's on, so it's going to require a passcode when scheduling new meetings. You can toggle this to off, and you'll see that you'll get a message, your settings have been updated. I can toggle this back to on. The default is on, so every time I come back to it, Zoom has set this as the default. So requiring a passcode when scheduling new meetings, require a passcode for instant meetings, require a passcode for personal meetings. These are all pretty much, I left them the way they're set. Now, for those of you who are wondering about embedding a passcode, so sometimes there's a separate passcode, sometimes it's embedded into the meeting. Again, that's an option here. Embed passcode in invite link for one-click join. I have it on. You can toggle it off. If it's toggled to off, they'll send you an individual password and you'll have to send it to the user individually. So I like to have this on so that it does that for me. And that will take care of that option for you. Now, most of the rest of these are pretty familiar. So I don't need to go over that option, but if you want to go to schedule a meeting to see how this works, if I go to the schedule tab at the top on the left sidebar, and I want to go to meetings here. So this is just as I'm going to do, so you can see that. You can see the meeting here that's already in progress. If I schedule a new meeting, I'm just going to call this Zoom, Zoom passcode. Well, maybe not. Zoom passcode meeting. So there's my meeting. You can change the time here. What I'm interested in is these options down here. Because of the checks that I made, the default passcode and waiting room, they're both there. This passcode is always numeric. If you embed it in your meeting link, it will be a long alphanumeric string. You can uncheck either one of these. Don't uncheck both because it is a requirement. I usually like to leave waiting room open. If you want a passcode, you'll see. So let's see what happens when you generate a link. So I have all of this. I'm going to save it. And I'm going to show you what happens. So this setting, you see that This is your standard opening here, and it gives you this ugly alphanumeric string. If I show you the passcode, it's 878566, which is, this is your meeting ID, 8544056. That's this number here. This passcode becomes alphanumeric. You can, if you're a phone user, you can truncate that, but that's how you do the one-click join. With that, you embed the password with the option that I showed you. Now, let's go back and I'll show you something here. If you go to meetings here, you go to you go to your settings option on the side, and let's say I were to let's say I were to waiting room options required. Okay, if I were to say, all right, I don't want to embed the passcode, so I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to reset. I'm going to modify this. So I set the setting different, and I go in now, and I go back to the option that I had right here. Go back to me. And now if I want to, let's say I want to schedule a different meeting. Let's say this time I want to schedule a new meeting and call it, I am meeting with separate groups. My meeting with separate password. And we're going to do the same thing, except I've changed my password setting. So this is still in place because the mandatory passcode and waiting room is in place still. What's different is when you go in here and you schedule this meeting, I'll save this meeting. And you notice the invite link is different. This doesn't have the embedded passcode link. So if I click on copy invitation over here, you'll notice that over here, because it's not embedded in the link itself, the passcode will be underneath it. So in the meeting invitation, it will have it, but you'll have to actually manually enter the passcode in. Whereas for the other meeting that I had, let me go back and show you. If I click on the other meeting that I had, earlier, this one right here, if I click on it, this this meeting has a passcode and a waiting room. And because I've changed the setting, it's now changed this. If I change it back, then I go back to setting here. And I go down to I want to embed a password. require embed a passcode. I'm going to click this, change this setting back. Now, when I go back to meetings, you'll see the difference because now that I've embedded it in there, you'll see the difference in the link, and you'll see I meant to click on the invitation, not copy it. So let me show you the invitation. I didn't mean to. You'll see here that you still have the meeting in the passcode because they're there, but I still have the option. This is a one-click join link because it has the password in there. But notice all of these alphanumeric characters replace this password here, and that's just so that you can join the meeting without typing that. So I hope that that helps you with the embedded password versus the separate password. But if you have additional questions, feel free to chat with me. Hope this helps. Take care, and we'll talk later. Bye for now.